You might not recognise his face, but you'll definitely know his legacy. W.E. Du Bois was a US-born sociologist and civil rights activist. Born in 1868, he's viewed as the father of the Pan-African movement. He led the first Pan-African conferences and campaigned for African independence. Du Bois's work inspired a generation of like-minded African leaders like Kwame Nkrumah, the Ghanaian politician who would lead the country to independence in 1957.
Nkrumah opted to be like a son to Du Bois and have him mentor him in what to think about and what to do. So in Du Bois here in Ghana was more or less like an advisor to Nkrumah when he was here. So you realize that most of the achievements of Dr. Kwame Nkrumah was based on the ideologies of Du Bois as well.
In 1961, Du Bois moved from the US to live in this house in the Ghanaian capital. He'd been invited by the Ghanaian government to work on the first ever encyclopedia of African matters. Du Bois died before the book's completion. His home is now a museum and cultural centre.
In this room, we have his legacy living on. Dr. Du Bois was the driving force of the Pan-African spirit, and he wrote extensively on the black race and what black people stood for and still stand for. And we have his books here. He had written 28 books, and he had several memoirs. So it's a continuous legacy. It's a continuous revolution.
Du Bois's writings, teachings and ideologies helped lead to the creation of the Organisation of African Unity that we now know as the African Union. He died just a few months after the OAU's formation in 1963. Shortly before his death, he became a Ghanaian citizen.
Du Bois died in Ghana. His remains are buried in this tomb situated on the memorial complex. The centre opened in the 1980s, but it remains the only Pan-African cultural centre in West Africa.
You can't just set up a Pan-African centre without a backing or a legacy. Du Bois came to Ghana, lived in Ghana, died in Ghana, and was buried in Ghana. So it is important that this centre is established.
The centre has become a research hub for Pan-African scholars. It wants to keep Du Bois's memory alive and remind visitors of the crucial role he played in developing the Africa we know today. Katerina Vitozzi, CCTV, Accra, Ghana.